Okay, we've got a semi-tough question from Susie today, and it has to do with her 9-year-old son. She says, what do I do if my 9-year-old refuses to go to his room, so it's a count of 3, and refuses the timeout alternative? So Susie's right, if they won't go to their room and they're old enough, you can do a timeout alternative, and then you walk away. So Susie says, the book says for me to leave, but then what? So he's not doing the time alternative either. He never does the timeout or alternative, so he just gets his way. What am I supposed to do? Help. Well, Susie, you got the basics of the 1, 2, 3 down. The thing you want to do with the timeout alternatives is you want to find a timeout alternative that you can control. For example, allowance, or it could be a car ride for entertainment, and sometimes it might be electronics, dessert, or other things as well. So you switch to a timeout alternative that he can choose to do or not, to something that you have control over. But there's another part of this that worries me a little bit. This kid's 9 years old, and as you know, in our culture, sometimes 9-year-olds think they are teenagers. And one of the most important things that you want to focus on with a teenager is your relationship with them. So what you want to do here is answer these questions. How am I doing with the no talking, no emotion rules? And how am I doing with parenting job number 3, which is bonding or strengthening the relationship? One of the things about counting and timeouts and that whole thing is, if there's a war going on between a parent and a child, sometimes nothing works. The kids will say, the heck with you, I don't care what you do to me, you're not going to change my behavior. So be sure you take a look at the relationship, and maybe it's time to do some things, shared one-on-one fun, sympathetic listening, avoiding over-parenting or whatever, some things that make that relationship stronger. So that's the answer to your question about the timeout alternatives. Take a look at the relationship as well, and good luck.